Is there any jobs that have just gone completely sideways?
Yep.
And what was like the good? What was the good that came from it? Whether it was a lesson or if the job actually sort of turned it around. You know, have you got anything that comes to mind for that?
Yeah, I do. Start of the year, did a reno in Reservoir.
Yeah.
So it was probably 4 months leading up to it, where communication back and forth, everything was good. We got in. There was a wall that had to be bricked up. Bricklayer in, new bricklayer. So did all the right things. I went in, met him on his site, had a look at his work.
Seemed all right.
All looked beautiful.
Yep.
You know, we negotiated a rate. He was a bit higher than what we sort of thought, but I was like, well, the quality of the work's there. You know, let's get one under the belt, and then we'll see if we can talk to him around maybe
just his
coming to
pricing
the party.
Yeah.
He turned up the job. He's bricked this wall, and goes, "Oh, I'm short about 400 bricks."
Oh shit.
I said, "Right." I said, "There's plenty of bricks here." He goes, "Yeah, I'm short." I said, "Okay, no worries." So I ran and got some bricks, these red bricks. Got to the site. He'd already left for the day, and I've walked in. I've looked at it, and I've looked at this wall, and it just had the lines in it.
Oh no.
And I'm like, and it's that moment where your heart just sinks because I had no control over this, obviously. So you're employing a trade to do what this trade does.
Yeah.
And then I'm sitting there going, what do I do?
Yeah.
So do I ring him? Do I ring the client, which I know is going to come at some time in the afternoon, and try and hold them off from coming here till we fix it? You know, because obviously if they walk in and see it, they not only they lose faith in the bricklayer, they lose faith in you as the builder.
So how did you manage it?
Well, I rang the client, and luckily enough he was around the corner, and he turned up and he goes, "What are you ringing for?" I said, "Mate, look," I said, "there's been a small hiccup." I said, "I'm not really sure what's happened. I haven't spoken to the brickie yet." And he goes, "Oh, I was wondering if you were going to call me."
Oh.
So he'd already been there.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And I'm like, "Yeah." I said, "Look," I said, that's not to my standard." I said, "So I'll speak to the brickie," and he goes, "Well, do you want me to speak to him?" I'm like, "No, it's not your position to do that. You're my client." I said, "I'll look after your interests." I said, "Rest assured," I said, it'll be fixed.
Yeah.
I said, "I need to speak to him." And of course it comes out, "Oh, my cousin's a bricklayer. Or we could get him." And I'm like, let's just see what the brickie's got to do. Long story short, I rang up the bricklayer. I said, "Look, mate, tomorrow morning I need to meet you on site. We need to have a chat." So he turned up and he goes, "What's wrong?" And I'm like, "Well..."
Yeah, the wall's on the piss.
Yeah. And he goes, "Oh, yeah, well, you know, the bricks aren't the right size and they're this." And I said, "Look, I don't need the excuses." I said, "Last night I was mad." I said, "But today I just need the problem fixed." He goes, "Well, what do you want me to do?" I said, "Well, can you fix it any other way by pulling the wall down?" "No, but we've almost done the wall." I said, "Yeah, but it's not good."
Yeah.
I used a few other different words, you know.
Yeah, some colourful ones.
Yeah. For me, it was all about trying to keep my cool, but trying to come to a resolution as well. Like, I didn't want him just to storm off, and I've got, 600 odd bricks sitting there that are full of crap that I've got to clean and redo.
Oh, it's a nightmare.
But I also wanted the job to be done properly for the client. So I said, "Look," I said, "Mate, we're going to pull it down." He goes, "Well, who's going to clean the bricks?" I said, "Well, I'm here." I said, "I'll get the apprentice." I said, "So there's me and the apprentice." And I said, "And you two blokes." And he turned around and goes, "I don't clean bricks."
Okay.
So then it became another problem, and I'm like, right. I said, "Well, today," I said, "unfortunately, you're going to have to clean bricks." I said, "Because," I said, "you've put us all in this situation." I said, so he goes, "Well, what about pay?" I said, "Well, I think money's the least of the issue at the moment."
Yeah.
I said, "I'm happy to sit down with you and talk about money later on." I said, "But for now, I need the client to be able to see that you can lay bricks like you did at that last job."
And rectify the problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we did. We spent the day, and look, it was a new bloke, so the whole day standing next to a bloke you probably wanted to kill at that point in time. But just trying to I did a lot of work in my younger time as a carpenter and other jobs, learning about people. So learning about listening to understand people rather than to just respond to people. So I just started asking questions about his life, seeing how he was going, what was going on, how long you been doing this for. Get an understanding, get that sort of, find that common ground. And the apprentice that he had on was brand new. So he didn't throw the apprentice under the bus, but he was sort of putting the apprentice was the one that made the wonk.
Right.
So we had a chat about, obviously, yep, I've got an apprentice, he's here. His mistakes are my mistakes.
Yeah.
So yes, he's learning, he's young, but if he makes a mistake, it's my mistake because either I haven't taught him correctly or we haven't communicated correctly to him.
Yeah.
So he got it by the end of it. We put the wall back up. It was all good.
Looked good.
Yeah, it looked good. The client come round. The client was happy. There's one brick that he sort of picked up, which, look, I get it. If you're a client and you're paying good money for a job and you see it looking crap,
Yeah.
and then you go back and you're looking at it again, you're going to find
Something.
it's never going to be you've done 100% perfect.
Yeah, it's pristine.
Yeah, the main thing was that we got fixed. And for me, probably the take out of it was that if you are going to get a new trade to come on board, it is that. And look, I know we all meant to sign contractors agreements and that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
That was a learn for me. It needs to be in writing because if he had walked away, then I'm left holding the.
And then you got to pay for the new wall.
Yeah.
Yeah, new bricks.
So to me, it was right. It gone are the days now where it was, Matty, you got the job, mate. Don't let me down.
Yeah, just a handshake.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Everything's right. You got your H&S paperwork. You send that over to me. Yep, I've got it. Put it aside. We're all good. I'll pay you when you do the work on completion with the invoice. Everyone's happy.
Yeah.
Now you've got to have that paperwork in place as well. So
protect yourself.
That's it. Exactly right.